Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to solve logarithmic and exponential functions. We're going to start with basic examples. Let's see one. Log of 3. So in order to solve something like this, if you had a logarithmic function with an x inside like this, where you cannot apply any rules, which I'm going to be discussing in a bit. If the x is inside the parentheses, you would like to change this to be exponential. If you had an exponential where the power is x, you would like to change this to be a logarithmic function. That's how to solve. So if you had a logarithmic one, you'll change it to be exponential, and if you had an exponential one, you'll change it to be logarithmic. And we're going to see when and how. Let's start. First things first, in order to change this to be exponential, I'm going to take the base and raise it to the power on this side. So just like taking it to this side. And then equal to what's inside the parentheses. Now I can subtract 3 to the power 4 from 1, divide by 10, and take the cubic root on either side. So I'm going to get x equal to 2. Obviously, make sure to pause the video and solve it on your own before I continue for the next examples. Let's try something like ln of 2x equals to 5. Notice that ln has a base of e. It's not written, but you must identify that. And therefore, in order to solve this, again, you have a logarithmic one. Therefore, convert it to be exponential. So we say e is taken to this side, raised to this power, and it must equal to 2x. Now this can be written on the calculator. Divide this by 2, divide by 2, and you're going to get x equals to 74. Okay. Now we're going to try another example. This time it's going to be exponential, and we're going to convert it to be logarithmic. So 3 to the power of x plus 1 is equal to 8. So again, x is in the power and we can't do anything about it. It's not like they're the same base, and so we're going to compare just the powers. What we're going to do is that we are going to be putting in, and we're going to be converting this to logarithmic one. So here the base is 3, therefore it's log base 3. The result is 8, and the power is equal to x plus 1. This can be plugged into your calculator, and it's going to give you a real number. And we're going to then subtract this from 1, and it must equal to x. And so x in this case will equal to 1.89. Now, if we try solving something like e to the power of x minus 2 is equal to 10, again, it's exponential, so convert it to be logarithmic. And so you say that log to base e of 10 is equal to the power of x minus 2. And you plug this onto the calculator. Obviously, because it is to base e, we can write this as ln 10. So, I'm just going to change this to be ln 10 is equal to x minus 2. Now I'm going to add 2 to either side. That must equal to x, and therefore x is equal to 4.3. I'll be giving you some more examples. Okay, so here we have example letter A. Log of x to base 9 is equal to minus half. In order to solve this, you have to turn it to be exponential because the x is inside the log, which makes it really impossible to solve if you just keep it this way. So you get 9 to the power of minus half. That's equal to x, and thus x is equal to 1 over 3. We have example letter B. Please make sure to pause this and try to solve it on your own. Now, in order to solve this, I'm going to be changing it to be an exponential one. So I'm going to raise 4 to the power of 3 and make it equal to 20x minus x squared, which is a quadratic equation, minus 20x plus 4 to the power of 3, or 64. Is equal to 0, and thus x is going to have two solutions, x equals 4 and x equals to 16. Moving on, we have letter C. Ln of 10x is equal to 5. We understand the base here is e, but it's not written, therefore when you send this to the other side, it becomes e to the power of 5. That must equal to 10x. Divide by 10, divide by 10, and you should get x equals to, let's see, power of 5 divided by 10 is 14.8. Now in order to solve this, again, this is this time exponential, and it's going to be turned to logarithmic. So in order to turn it to logarithmic, you're going to notice that it's to base e, so I'm going to take ln, and ln of 3 should equal to 2x minus 1. Send 1 to the other side, divide by 2, and you should get x equal to 1.04. Lastly, we have this question over here, and you can see there's multiplication between the two terms. And when there's multiplication, based on the laws of exponents, you have to add your powers. And so I'm going to be adding x to 2x to 1, all of it raised to the same base, and that must equal to 128. And so I'm going to get 2 raised to the power of 3x plus 1, which must equal to 128. And notice that this is exponential, so I have to turn it to be logarithmic in order to solve it. And so I'm going to be taking the log of this, and so it's log to base 2 of 128, which must equal to 3x plus 1. Obviously send 1 to the other side and divide by 3. This entire thing must equal to x, and so x is equal to 2. And okay, this is weird, but yeah, this is the final answer. Now these are some examples. I hope that you get more practice on these questions.